Just getting things set up here. It's your boy Broken Bobby. We are live. It's Monday night. I'll give it a minute or two. See if we can get a few people in here. Tonight I want to talk about pet peeves. And basically, what is it that makes you crazy about people? I got a few. And we'll get into it here in a few minutes. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Their week's off to a good start. We're getting it. So, Conor McGregor fight happened. I was at work, but definitely would have been very disappointed to see that. I'm a McGregor fan. So, what's up, Taft? How you doing? Hey, I wanted to ask you, do you want me to refer to you as Taft, or do you want me to refer to you as your other name? I was thinking about that the other day. And I don't want to refer to you as the other name if you'd rather stay with me calling you Taft. So, but I hope you're doing well, brother. Tonight I want to talk about pet peeves and kind of the direction. Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. So, what I wanted to talk about tonight. Hey, what up, G? How you doing tonight, brother? Yeah, I think I'm gonna, moving forward, I'll do some videos here and there, but I'm not really gonna restrict myself to a genre, like trying to be a locked up inmate type of channel or a recovery channel, or like, I think if I see something and I want to talk about it, then that's what we're gonna do, you know. I'm not really sure. I know I don't really get too much into the political stuff here. I know there's definitely some conspiracy theories there that are interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really following it too closely, to be honest with you, though. Is it IK? Hope you're doing well. So, like I said, pet peeves. Everybody's got them, right? Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one, sir. How you doing, brother? He's deceased, isn't he? You never catch me talking bad about somebody that's deceased, brother. My girl is coming to pick me up Thursday. Hell yeah, brother. That's right. Safe travels getting out there to where you're going, brother. And I'm really happy for you finally getting out of there. I know you haven't been happy in a while. Going in injured and taking people money. Hey, he worked it, bro. He worked it. So you don't think he went in injured? What's up, Weddle? S.A. Weddle, what's up? Welcome back, brother. Yeah, I don't know on that. You know what I mean? I'm doing all right. Weddle, hope you're doing well also. Yeah, I know I seen some pre-fight footage of him doing some kicks and stuff, and honestly, I thought he was more of a striker. You know what I mean? What's up, Floyd? Yo 5. Thanks for the star. Appreciate it. So Yeah, I don't know. I thought seeing him do the kicks pre-fight was a little unusual, though. Yeah, I seen that as well. So, uh, struck me a little weird. You know what I mean? But I don't know. So, pet peeves, things that people do that bug me. Right? I got a couple of them right off the top. Uh, and this one's a social media related one. Like it drives me frigging crazy when somebody says only in, like San Bernardino as an example, only in the Dino is, it will be the title, right? Only in the Dino. And you see some tweaker or some gangbanger or something doing what they do, right? And or some road rage incident or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? And like when I see that, that irritates the hell out of me because people act like that shit only happens there. There's crime and there's tweakers and there's all that kind of shit everywhere. So both strikers, yeah, yeah, that really struck me weird. Gee, to be honest with you, because yeah, like I didn't know too much about the other guy, but I know McGregor's a striker, and for him to come out throwing kicks right off the top, like I mean, he's a mixed martial arts fighter, right? But yeah, just it seemed odd. Connor usually tries to operate on his feet more, so uh, yeah, thought it was a little strange, but you know, what's up, OG Kicks? How you doing? Hope you're well. Yes, yes, Tap. You don't see tweakers in Dubai where you live. They're tweaking on that oil over there, bro. But yeah, these pet peeves. So another thing I see on social media all the time: motorcycle riders. Uh, you know, they're always share the road, this and that, and you know, nothing but respect for my brothers on two wheels, but don't be reckless with it. Like, I don't have to get out of your way because you're on a motorcycle. You know what I mean? I know you can lane split in Cali and all that stuff, but that doesn't mean that you can be reckless and other people have to be extra super cautious just because you're on a motorcycle. You are taking your own life into your own hands when you drive or ride a motorcycle. So, you know, it's as much your responsibility as it is mine for you to be safe. Do you know what I mean? So that's another one I don't like. Another one I seen. I was on the way to work last week, and tow truck drivers. Oh man, take us to the meth lab, man. I haven't been in a meth lab in 25 years, bro. More than that, actually, more like 30. But uh, what's up, Crip Blue? Um, so yeah, the tow truck driver, right? They want you to hey, shout out to New York. The weather's nice here in Dubai. That's cool. Aside from the bombs falling out of the sky, I guess. You know what I mean? What's up, Stuart? How you doing? But the tow truck drivers, right? They want you to move over, give them space. You know, it's a dangerous job. I get it. You know, and shout out to the tow truck drivers out there. But this tow truck driver driving a flatbed, he was going down. He was in the slow lane, and there was a car broke down. He had room to get over, but he chose not to. So it's like, you know, only for thee and not for me. Is that how these rules work? The motorcycle guys, the tow truck drivers, uh, you know, everybody wants their space, but then they don't want to give the space, and that shit annoys me. You know, that's a good one. Tap says one of my biggest pet peeves is being interrupted. Yeah, bro, I agree. Like I'll be at work or something, and I'll be talking, and somebody just talks over me and I just like look at him like, son, come on, son, what are you doing? Have a little respect, you know what I mean? But at least say excuse me, you know? Bonatoni says Iran versus America. We need to have a proper conversation about what? When I was growing up, he taught me and my bro. Oh, that's cool, bro. That's another dangerous, very dangerous job. My dad did a little bit of repo when I was younger. He had some stories, bro. Uh, they repoed a car. I think it was in like Downey, California, back maybe late 70s, early 80s. And he said he made that first turn and the friggin' steering wheel came off, and like they had to get some vice grips and drive that thing home. Oh man, but yeah, shout out to the repo men out there. I know they're not popular, you know what I mean? But definitely it's work, right? You know. Taff says I've gotten into it with bikers thinking they can tell me to slow down and shit. Almost got ugly. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about the brothers saying racist comments on the internet, but if a different race does it, it makes the news, the media love? Yeah, they sure do. Gee, they sure do. You know, everything. And honestly, anymore, like when race is the topic on something on social media, I just keep scrolling, bro. Like come on now. Like I'm a convicted felon. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? To get it, you must follow through. Yeah, I agree. Vehicles is like watching paint dry. Why not talk about the price of bread and milk? Huh? Downey is the last city I would want to be. Right? Yes, sir. I hear you. Yeah, originally we were from Long Beach. So at that time, I think Downey was nice. I don't know. Sounds like somebody just pulled up out front. Trap says, I got a serious question. Go for it, bro. Hey, give me a quick second. I'm just going to take a look out front. See if somebody pulled up. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. My bad. Uh, I'm almost a senior citizen. Okay. When will you retire your favorite coffee cup, bro? It needs a paint job. I thought you got a new. I did, bro, but Old Faithful. What can I say? Have you had a stroke recently? Because you're acting really. Yeah, nobody does care. Goodbye. What's up, Juan? How you doing, brother? So we're talking about pet peeves tonight. I'm sure Juan, as a truck driver, has got some pet peeves with these four-wheelers. It is around. I would agree with you. World War III is around the corner. Shit is getting hot over there in Europe, you know? Yes, it is, Juan. Yes, it is. It's not so much hot up here today. It's humid, though. Really humid. And yeah, I would agree. My pet peeve is Cody's. Okay. Yeah. Ukraine, Russia. Russia making threats on NATO countries. Shit could get very real very quick, And Russia don't seem like they're doing very well in that war. Dies in Europe so far. Yeah, I heard about that, bro. And honest, they don't have air conditioning over there. 95 out with humidity. Yeah, bro. And that humid heat is way different, you know? It's way different. Juan said his pet peeve is the lot lizards not giving. Juan's the homie. Yeah. Nothing about the Yanks in Israel. Oh, that shit's going on too. I don't know if I refer to the U.S. as Yanks, but you know, I'm. Streetlights are melting to the ground in Italy. That's crazy. See how well I don't really do politics on here. You know what I mean? So you could say I ignored the Israel Trump situation, but you know, is Trump an American? He's the American president. Exactly, right one? Man. So now are we doing politics or what? We could talk about Lindsey Graham passing away. I mean that sucks. Sudden shit, you know. Like I mean, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, and I would say that regardless of who passed away, that sucks, you know. Especially when 2 days later he looked very vibrant, you know. But do politics on here because where you live causes 95% of the world's problems. Does it? And where I live also sends 95% of funding for most countries. So if you ate today, you're welcome. If the country next door didn't bomb you, you're welcome. We could do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's all perspective, I guess, you know? I guess it's all perspective. You bought a new house in Dubai. Isn't everything in Dubai new? You got a Ferrari too, or what? Probably I hear Poland and Russia have been fighting since 1880s. I don't care for today's Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, and I would agree with you there, Joey Parzich. Yeah, I would agree. Most of these current politicians, it's not like it was when I was growing up. You know, people aren't. They're not professional like they used to be. You know what I mean? Like Reagan. He was aggressive militarily, but like he, you know, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole though. You know what I mean? Trapped in Dubai. I don't know. Pretty much. I mean, the only reason a lot of these smaller countries don't get nuked is because of us. You know. But what's up, Clarence? How you doing, brother? Hope you're well. I'm doing good. Yeah. And, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole. You know. What's up, Ben Macasiel? I know. Nah, we're gonna try to stay away from there, you know? Was an actor that start with. He was an actor, but he was very strong in his foreign policy. Very strong. He brought down the Soviet Union in the arms race. Had a Republican views, but I don't like government. Yeah, and you know the thing is, my views are more conservative, but it's two wings of the same bird. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, like I won't argue about politics. You know, I do pay attention. I've been watching this channel. It's called the Enforcer channel on YouTube. You guys should check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's war news. It's Ukraine. It's Russia, it's what's going on in Iran and everything else. You know what I mean? And like they give you the real, like not the shit that the news decides to inform us on. You know what I mean? But it's real Democrats and Republicans. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't nuking nobody. Hey, I'm doing good tonight, John. Hope you're well also. The Burger Wars, I heard that were one like the 1980s. All burger places have commercials. Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. Is America? I think the European Union's funding the Ukraine. Well, the Ukrainian war more than anybody. Rods for God or MOBA. I don't know. You know what? There's a movie called Charlie Wilson's War. If you want to know about that, go watch that movie. That'll tell you a lot. You know, basically, we were funding the Afghanistan war against Russia. And when Russia finally withdrew, we refused to build schools and do shit like that to educate the people. And that's where the Taliban and ISIS and all that shit came from, you know? So, proxy wars, exactly. Yeah, you're right, bro. You were. You guys, oh, you want to do some conspiracy theories? I'm all for that shit, bro. I don't know if YouTube's going to like it, but come on, man. That was a controlled demolition. That building didn't even get hit. If we're talking about Building 7, you know? I haven't heard from Joel in a while, G. And I agree with you, Clarence. I agree with you. The mindset of those people over there is, you know, if you live in America, you should thank God. Because those people, when people like Iranians, let's use them as an example, right? When Iranians die, when the government puts out a report, they don't put out a report that they were killed. They put out a report that they were martyred and they're heroes. You know what I mean? And their beliefs are different. I'm not going to go all the way down that rabbit hole, but you know what I mean? And Coca-Cola Fund. Did they? I don't know. I don't know. He's swimming with the fishes. Who's swimming with the fishes? I missed something, obviously. We work on all over the place with this one. Hey, guys, be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Like I said, moving forward, like this channel, oh, yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I know he works at night, so timing might not just be right, you know, but, you know, moving forward, like originally this channel was about fitness, believe it or not. And then we went to addiction and recovery and my time incarcerated. And I told stories about that. And like I haven't really been able to find my footing with it. So started off kind of hot, kind of cooled off. Probably, huh, G? But I think moving forward, like I'm just going to make videos about whatever is on my mind, you know. It could be trucking. I'm a truck driver, if you guys don't know. It could be, you know, corporate America. That's a good one, right? Give us 113 burpees. It'd be 123, sir. But yeah, you're not going to get that from me no more, you know. My last name in German would be Schwab here in America. My last name. Okay. Say you should be grateful living in America with Jesus if he came tomorrow. Stand with America. Well, I think Jesus would stand with everybody, right? You know, Jesus died for everyone. He didn't die for I mean, America wasn't even around back then, but like he died for the Christians, basically. If you believe in God, then you'll have eternal life, as the word says. But as far as, you know, and to be honest with you, CT, I'm going to call you CT, all right? To be honest with you, you can say it's America, you could say Iran, Russia, Ukraine, whatever, but it's not the people. The people of all these countries, I do believe, are good people. It's the governments. So I don't think you can brand America as bad. Maybe, if you're inclined, you could say the American government or the Iranian government who wants to kill us. But, like, I don't want to see innocent civilians hurt, and definitely not mass casualty events with civilians. Gracias a ti, homie. It's easy. Everyone would do it. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It sure was. Yeah. Would he stand with an oppressor? But you're saying America, but I'm not oppressing anybody. I'm just when I say if you're from America, you should thank God, because the opportunities in America are unlike anywhere else. If you're willing to put in the work, there's nothing that you can't have. So there's a lot of places where that's not possible, and watching that Enforcer channel, some of the stuff they show from like Russia and Ukraine, like some of those places are desolate. So that's what I meant by that. I'm as far as governments go, yeah, absolutely. Pray for your enemies, Sister Tapwood. Modern day Babylon, the people are to blame as well. We allow this to happen because we're all brainwashed by a foreign nation. Okay. It's the government. And who votes for the government of the world? Well, we vote for our government. I mean, if you think that elections are free and fair. The reason everyone hates us is because we are better than... Yeah, and, I would agree. It sounds cocky, but I would agree. Did I vote for Bush? I don't think so. In my lifetime, I voted on both sides of the aisle for the president. Let's just say that. I've gone back and forth. We need to get you back on program time. Reason why everyone hates America is because of the gaslighted when it comes to the murder camps. Okay. I think we're gonna... I don't know what you're referring to there, but we're not gonna make this a whole episode of politics, you know what I mean? By the way, congrats on your sobriety. I know it's not easy. Hey, I appreciate that, Clarence. Yeah, and the thing is, you should hit burpees every time you go live. You'll get a good view base. Try TikTok too. It works for me. I do. Butt naked donkey kicks. My fan base blew up. That's what's up, brother. Are you talking about... I'm wondering, are you talking about World War II Germany? The only prominent nation that does not have death camps. You shut up, Alan. I don't know who you're talking to, but hope you're doing well, Alan. See how Bobby swerved that one? Because I don't like to do politics. Politics are so... Like, I understand them, but... it's so divisive. Like, most people can't have a civilized conversation when it comes to politics because people are so divided over them. And I say, just look with your own eyes and make your own decision. You know what I mean? And if your opinion's different than mine, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you what to think, but it's you know, things. My political beliefs are more based on what my morals, I guess you would say. You know, am I gaslighting? I don't think I am. But you know, I appreciate the fact that we're having CT, that we're having a civilized conversation about this stuff. You know, of Pandora and the secret device. This is getting at. Yeah, you know, like, I mean, I can go down the rabbit hole a little bit. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is, I'm disappointed in your capacity because maybe our political opinions are different. See, that's why I don't like to talk about politics. Because right away, people get in their feelings and people start talking shit, you know what I mean? And you know, like, I just want to come on here and bullshit with you guys, you know? I mean, I'm not an ignorant person. I'm not a genius either. And I don't know everything about everything. But, you know, you were talking about the Gaza death camps. But what about October 7th? Where does that play into it? You know what I mean? Politics is like a glorified Pandora box. Once it's open, you can never close it. Yeah. And you really don't want to find... Yeah, I agree. What's up, Sports Jazz fan? How you doing, brother? It's been a while. Like, the USA is politically broken at the moment. Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, somebody made the argument, well, we vote for these people. Well, yeah, we vote for some charismatic guy that says he's going to make my life better. And then once they're elected, then they have 4 years to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know what I mean? So, you just gay. Okay. I guess that hooked on phonics isn't working, huh, Mario? I hope you're doing well, though, brother. Secret apparatus has contaminated paperclips worldwide with nuclear... Really? Leave Broken Bob alone. He don't give two. But Bobby, is a man right? Is a man right? I mean, I am a man. And I think that I think in the current world we live in, honestly, everything is about power and money and oil. But, you know, like Russia invading Ukraine, you know, Putin's trying to take it back to Soviet Union boundaries type of thing, but he's losing. And I'm afraid he may go nuclear, and that's going to open up a Pandora's box, right? Iran. Now, with Iran, though, you have to take into mind, these people have been chanting death to America for a long time, and they're working on making a nuclear bomb to make that possible. So, you know, you can say what you want about the war, but I don't want to get nuked. Do you? I don't know if you're from America, CT, but... sports are around for us to... Yes, absolutely, Sports Jazz fan. Absolutely. Pet peeve, why do people who don't think America is the best country in the world while waving another country's flag? Why don't... Thank you, Juan. I completely agree. Good to have you here as well, Jazz fan. They lie to your face and then they do whatever they please. And good luck in getting... Absolutely. Yeah, and, you know, I mean, where are you from, CT? We didn't have NATO didn't have missiles in Ukraine. Not that I know of. Russia had missiles in Ukraine before they took them. In the middle of the Cold War since... what, the late... Yeah, pretty much. People should be able to wave whatever flag they'd like in the America, in my opinion. I couldn't care less about that. Well, I think you should respect where you're at, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see people waving American flags in other countries and that being accepted. You know, I mean, we do have a First Amendment freedom of speech, so absolutely, yeah. You know, as long as it's peaceful, you know. What do you think of Stephen Paddock? No reason he did it. No vote, no motive. I'm not sure who Stephen Paddock is, to be honest with you, G. Being anonymous and lost fear. Yeah, absolutely, Juan. Riddle me this, Bobby. How come Ukraine is 98% Christian, but they have a Jewish gentleman as a leader? You know, I don't know that much about it, to be honest with you, CT. Didn't Nolan install the ladder of Ukraine? And yeah, I don't know that much about the history, to be honest with you. Where are you from, CT? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Nicholas says America, fuck yeah. CT says, I've moved to North Korea, Bobby. I got fed up of being ripped off in the world. You moved to North Korea? Okay, come on, bro. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. They got like 6 hours of energy a day. Do they even have internet there? I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. And you want to give up all your freedoms? Has been infiltrated and controlled by Andorra and its secret apparatus for years. Home country was all of that. Why are they here? Sorry, I have my opinions because I live. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I get that, but I don't think waving another flag in America is disrespectful, in my opinion, as long as they're protesting peacefully, which I see a lot of. Yeah. And, you know, like, we're not going to argue about this stuff, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't mind having these conversations as long as we do it civilly. You know what I mean? And that's why I normally don't even entertain talks of politics. You know? I'm in the high desert of California, Joey Allen. How you doing, bro? I pay 1% tax here. In North Korea. I'm not buying it, bro. That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't Stephen Paddock, bro. That wasn't him at all. There's no way. No way he could have pulled that off. I went down that rabbit hole for a while. There's no way. You get taxed. I agree. And you know what? I won't argue with you about the taxes part at all, CT. I live in California, so believe me, I feel it. Like, you get taxed on your pay. You get taxed on the gas. You get taxed when you buy something. And then your family gets taxed when you die. You know what I mean? It's like they take about $1.50 in taxes for every dollar you make. And at this point, it's outrageous. But for some reason, people in California keep voting for more taxes. I don't understand that, you know? To track calories sometimes because you're sort of letting yourself. I put on some weight for sure. I will not disagree with you. Tell a blind person that the sky is pink with purple polka dots. They would look at you strange. Let's talk about how Seattle's going to make Lumen South. There's good luck with that one, brother. How's that new ownership group going, bro? I heard one of the minority owners of the Niners is actually now a minority owner of the Seahawks as well. I found that interesting. I was looking forward to talking to you about that because I guess in a way you could say now we own you on the field and we own you off the field as well. But you guys did have a good season last year. I'm from the cornfields of Indiana. What's desert living like? It's hot, bro. It is hot. But it's cool. I like it. You know, I'm away from a lot of the crime and stuff. We have our issues, you know what I mean? But it's good. I like it. How do you like Indiana, brother? When I was a truck driver, I drove through Indiana on many occasions. It's looks like a lot of cornfields and stuff, but I know you got some big cities there. What's my theory on Paddock? I think he was the scapegoat, bro. That's what I think. Because most of us have been to a casino in Vegas, right? You've probably been to one. How are you going to get like a ton of ammunition? And that shit's heavy, bro. Like he was busting off fully automatic rounds. They said it was a bump stock, but come on, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, there's no way a man that age would be able to huff all that shit up to the room. First and foremost, you know what I mean? Can American be a great place to live if you agree to tax is a ripoff? Well, America's so great, you could be on welfare and have an iPhone. If you get hurt, there's a lot of social programs that will take care of you, such as disability and stuff, workers' compensation, and things like that. High paying wages. The quality of life's amazing. Just look at the videos from the World Cup of people coming over from Europe and different places and talking about how amazing our food is and, just how great it is here in America. Let's see. I'm going to go. Great. He's going to be forced to sell his part of. Oh, boy. Is American Empire? It's a republic. Right? Well, no. I don't know. And we love racing. Got an 054 G. Oh, nice, Joey. That's cool, brother. Is an empire? Yes. If Australia and UK join up again and take what's ours. Oh, boy. You think Australia and UK could take out the American military? I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't have anybody I would point to, but I know there were a couple of black helicopters that were in the sky at that time. And that glass is double pane glass. Not exactly easy to bust through, you know what I mean? So I don't really have a theory as to who did it, but I know he didn't. Be on welfare and have an iPhone. Is that not the definition of suffering and comfort? Well, I mean, it beats just plain suffering. Yeah, that's what I said. Gee, if you want what they call flat tax, go to Oregon. It is where, if the tax is to... Yeah, I remember that. Where, yeah, like, basically, you don't pay sales tax, right? So... Well, not everybody's suffering in comfort, though. It's a very small portion of the population that actually gets welfare and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what he was talking about, the Las Vegas shooting, Jesse. 7 cents a month for 1 gigabyte, thanks to the unification of the People's Army. Yeah, but what do you make, $7 a month? I mean, with all due respect, CT, I seen there was an Iranian guy that was doing some TikToks, pretty charismatic gentleman, and I was watching some of his stuff, and he was talking about, when we go to get fuel, like there's different levels to it. Some of it's subsidized by the government. It's like 3 cents a gallon, but like I seen a thing. They were talking about the fuel shortage in Russia, right? And how it's like 200 rubles a liter or whatever now, which is equivalent to like, maybe my numbers might not be right, but it's equivalent to like $13 a gallon. But the average, the medium income in Russia is $1,100 a month. So, if you pay 7 cents a month for a gig, what's your annual income? I mean, is it a lot lower as well? And he's very hands off, so we'll see, brother. We'll see. I'll be looking forward to our game, so no doubt Sam Darnold's going to get exposed. Well, your defense was really good. That's, gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. What up, official clown headhunter? Hope you're doing well, brother. Sam, thank you. I get adult child survivors benefits from my father, and I get enough to live on it. It ain't going to make me rich, but compared to the alternative, yeah, absolutely. Who voted in the people who voted in the military and take part in its ability to protect the 50% American failed to take over. I ain't afraid of your old ass hospital defense. Man, I don't know. With Dre Greenlaw back, Nick Bosa back, Fred Warner back. Come on, bro. You know what you're up against. Who's working 6 hours to pay for a bottle of milk, bro? Fucking an hour, I could buy like 9 gallons of milk. What's up, Ahmad? But give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. I hear something out front again. My bad, guys. My apologies. Yeah, we'll see what's up, brother. Failure to obesity. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Clarence. What you buy, which is ridiculous when people are suffering. I ain't running. Yeah, like it's been a cool conversation, CT, you know, like we talk about it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like we don't necessarily have to agree, but that's all right, you know? Not everybody's got the same opinion. We're all different individuals, you know? And it's not. You're right, bro. You're right. Hearing dogs going crazy in the front. That America was ever free, Bobby. Well, I mean, we have, you know, if you want to make the comparison, I mean, you say you're in North Korea, say something about your supreme leader in a negative way and see how that goes over. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's a freedom in itself, you know? And yeah, they did. Absolutely. And it's all a bunch of bullshit at this point, you know? Hey, what's up, Oak Ridge? Boy, I hear the dogs going crazy out there. I don't want to end the stream yet, but you want to keep it, we'll keep it going for a little bit, but I got to go out there and check. I would rather live in Russia than tax dollars going to Tel Aviv. That's fair enough, you know? Okay, maybe I don't need to go check. It sounds like it stopped, but yeah, hey, it's live. We're on live right now, so the last I heard, America is the only country where we can talk smack about our government, and compared to other countries where if we think about it, they'll hang us. Yeah, it's absolutely true, you know? What do I think of Putin? I think Putin's on his way out, bro, to be honest. I think that this Ukraine war didn't work out the way that he anticipated it. And honestly, you know that every time there's a superpower involved in some sort of military conflict, it's the perfect opportunity for the other superpowers to test out their weapon systems, whether it be covertly or not. And their Russia's air defense is garbage. I mean, Ukraine's been blowing up refineries left and right with drones, and like between the fuel shortages and everything, I think Putin's he's on his last dance at this point. Is on his way out. Who told you, the father Chris? Yeah, Putin's pretty much done. Boy, my street's usually really quiet. It's really active out here tonight. All right, Ahmad. Hey, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let me go see what's going on. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, do all those things, and I'll be back in just a minute. Let me see what's going on. All right, my bad, guys. My bad. I'm back. Let me see what we mixed. G. Who are you, man? I am Broken Bobby. Broken Bobby's Transformation. Pretty much do lives on here, sometimes on the weekends. And, got a whole bunch of content up you can go check out. Most of it's in regards to what's your question, CT? Have you checked versus you don't check? And so, yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that. Boy, I never heard that one before, Brad. I know. I think we're going to have to start accepting some applications. No, I don't. No, I don't, CT. Not at all. Yeah, I know. No need to silence you, CT. Like I said, I'm open to conversation. This is a different live for me because usually I don't do politics at all. Not at all. I wouldn't silence you. If anything, if it were a night where I don't want to talk politics, I would just say, hey, I don't do politics on here. Let's keep it pushing. You know what I mean? But, a lot of times when I get on live, I go where the chat takes me. And tonight I went down that rabbit hole. So it's all good. But there are a few idiots in the chat that could use the timeout. You know what I mean? So talking to the new mod around here, we just might have to do that, bro. I'm struggling with reality. You moved to North Korea, bro. You're telling me I'm struggling with reality? You gave up all your rights and freedoms. If that's truly what you did. And you live in an area in an area where everything can be taken all at once, Well, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that our government does, but at the same time, I'm an American, and I'm still proud to be an American. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I hear you. So, what do you think? Some of you guys want to be mods? What do you think, honey? If you're still watching, who should I make a mod? Jazz says, Tap, no troll, but I think I had Jake Williams been healthy. Yo, would have. Oh, okay. How are you? What's up, Kobe Collier? I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully, it'll give him a chance to clean up a little bit. You know what I mean? I know for me, when I was active in my addiction, going to jail was my saving grace on more than one occasion. You know what I mean? So, it's a negative, but it may be a net positive in the end because, if you do 60, 90, 180 days, whatever it may be, and you don't mess with it while you're in there, then you come out with a fresh slate, and it's up to you to continue that. You know what I mean, Kobe? Let's see. Let's see. Do I know Barstow Bob? No, I don't. Gets it back together like he's 35 now. Yeah, and I'll definitely keep him in my prayers, Kobe. Like I said, for me, that was my saving grace on more than one occasion. You know what I mean? No, I don't know Rick. All right. All right, Taft. I'm gonna give you the wrench for now. You just want to hear yourself talk. Okay. Up by bankroll of them. Huh? All right, we got somebody new and blue around here, so watch yourself. And G, if you're on my next live, then I'll give you the wrench as well. All right? How about that? I know you won't, Taft. Appreciate you, bro. You know what it is? It's just, I don't really usually do the politics CT. And, a lot of people feel strongly about America one way or another. You know what I mean? And it's okay to have your opinion. You know what I mean? But sounds good. Let him roll for a while. I'll let you know if we need to do anything. I think he's good though, bro. It's all right. Something to talk about. That first hour went quick. He said you're going to pay your taxes, CT, or don't forget to. I thought we were Democrat. A democratic republic is what we are. Yeah, he's all right. Now, sports jazz fan, I don't know if Taft is gonna. Yeah, you want me to add you to the live, CT, so we can see North Korea and the little fat man? Kim Jong-un, oh my God, that guy. Oh, he's Friggin' annoying. A lot, JJ. A lot. But you gonna call the hotline, G, or what? So, yeah. So we started off on pet peeves. One habit I have. It's tough, Clarence. It's real tough. Hey, go live after I get off, and we'll all hop on your live, CT. How about that? Yeah, nah, he's cool. Next yard, bro. Got to hit him. Oh, shit. Trump to call North Korea and report CT. Who works for the government has access to video and audio. Yeah? Yeah, now I get it. What do you do, CT? So now I've asked you a question. The chat says you don't answer questions, so here's your chance. I denounce my government. That's a good job? But what do you do in North Korea? What is your job? How do you earn a living? Pipe tobacco out of a hookah for everybody. I got that, but it's, I get it, Clarence. I get it, brother. I will never return to the land of the ripoff. So what do you do? Because since the chat has pointed out you don't answer my questions, how do you earn a living in North Korea? The municipal building? What does that mean? So you're in Panmunjom? What's the name of the capital of North Korea? Anybody? Chowping? Something. Fuck, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But I know those capital cities, they try to make them look good for the outside world. It's when you're not in the capital city. Just like Moscow and, they make it everything looks all really nice. I'm Gondong, which has been blacklisted on Google Maps. Well, I don't know. You're in Gondong? What's the name of the capital, CT? Of Pyongyang. Pyongyang. Okay, that sounds right to me. What's up, 1, 2, 3, 4? Northwest of North Korea. As somebody that's never been there, other capitals of the country look beautiful, but the present cities look like yeah, I agree. Now you don't work in the capital? He washes Kim's drawers and calls. The thing about those countries, though, is like people that have spoke out about Putin, suddenly they're in insane asylums, or they decide to jump out of a 7-story window. And you're right, Tapwood. That's why they don't. That's why they don't attack us, because this country is set up perfect with the mountain ranges and everything else. Like it's damn near impossible. Plus the Second Amendment. There's so many guns that people have. You don't just got to worry about the military shit. You got to worry about little homie down the street with the AK. I just seen a thing. They're still doing that Operation Consequences in the Inland Empire, and they've been hitting these search warrants, and some of the weaponry that they're recovering is crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Waden. One thing that none of the other countries have, we have rednecks, right? Yeah, exactly. What did Ashton say? Jesus loves you. That's right, brother. That's right. He loves you too, bro. So, G, if you are on my next live, you will get your wish, brother. I just need you to show up. I know Taft's going to show up. Taft's always in here. I'm originally a Missourian. Now I live in. Oh, okay. So you moved to the desert, basically. Arizona. Fuck, dude. We were going to move out to the Phoenix area a couple years ago, and man, it's just too damn hot out there. It's hot here where I'm at, but over here, like maybe we might see 110 on occasion. You know what I mean? Uh, oh shit, it's Jose. What's up, Jubilee Carnal? what what is the national religion in North Korea? Yeah, I seen it, bro. I seen it. I haven't been there in a long time, but that was definitely a big part of my childhood. Fiesta Village, my wife too, you know. They're atheist. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it because they it's I get it. It's the government you worship, right? Yeah, because it's a government worship. They all believe Kim Jong. Yeah, it's exactly correct, and that's why in America they're trying to. Hey, thank you for the star, Jericho. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely, Jose. Yeah, it sucks, you know. Not the government. We don't bend the knee. Are you kidding me, bro? Now I'm beginning to wonder. You know, I thought we were having a conversation. Now I think you're just trolling. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are, Jose. This is burning down, and you save your children instead of saving a picture turn off Kim Jong Un. You, yeah, like it's. They have like social credit scores and shit like that over there. You know, just loading up talent, and they're like getting back Donald back. Yeah, I heard he's got to play at least 8 games, but I don't know how much of a factor he's going to be, bro. He's been away for a while. You are making what I say up in your head. I'm reading what you say, bro. Yeah, why don't you give Brad a timeout, Taft, if you don't mind? They are. We play you guys uh like week 15. That game's circled, bro. I'll probably go live for that one if I'm not working. You know what I mean? Thank you, Taft. I appreciate that. Hey, you know, good looking out. And yeah, Jose, you know, like fuck, dude, I'm like in my 50s already. Come on, man. Do I have friends in real life? I have lots of friends, Honest Abe. But I understand at the same time what, you know, actually, I wouldn't say I have a lot of friends, to be honest. I have a lot of acquaintances, you know? Come on, I'm a half century old. I've been smoking longer than a lot of these people. Exactly, Clarence, right? That's what you are here. Huh? My team sucks and we suck. I just have a lot of. Nah, I think you guys are going to be pretty good. Herbert's just got to get. He's got to shine when it's time to shine, bro. In my opinion, you know. My Spanish is horrible. Did I say something in Spanish, bro? I'm not trash to believe it, but we'll see. There is such thing as charging after all, respectfully, of course. NK has many allies. Okay. When Kim Jong-un says jump, you guys say how high. One friend, I call him my brother because we have been friends. Yeah, absolutely. Russia, China combined is half the world. Yeah, and Russia's burning, and China hasn't really been in a war to speak of. So, do you not remember? You really are 50? Yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, though, come on, do you really? NATO's the greatest compilation of military forces this world's ever seen. You know, China's struggling to beat a country the size of Texas. and Putin won't give up. That's what's crazy. That dude's psychotic. I heard a thing. I was watching that Enforcer show. Not sure the chart. I heard a thing. The average lifespan of a Russian soldier once they hit the front line is 30 minutes. Wow. NATO has fallen apart at the present moment, absolutely. But if Russia tries to invade Poland, like I think they might, I think you're going to see it come back together. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I would agree with you, Phoenix Enigma. Let's go way back when Russians were looking for food. They followed the food across the 53-mile corridor between Russia and Alaska, and now we have Alaskans. 6,500 nukes, and you got to be mad to think NATO is getting rid of Putin. I don't know if NATO's going to have to do it, but I mean, 6,500, does it really matter? Once you get past the first couple hundred, I don't really think it matters. You know, nuclear winter kicks in, and it's pretty much a wrap for everybody. If it ever comes to nuclear proliferation, I hope one lands in my backyard, if I'm being completely honest. Because the people that do survive, if it goes full-blown nuclear, you know, like it's going to be bad for everybody. So why are you here, Billy? Just bring up the Super Bowl against New England, and I'm suddenly in a cold sweat. Someone get this clown. Jamal, you know, I was doing my best not to time anybody out today, but the biggest what if in sports, though, my fandom, sorry, I know I'm talking up. No, you're good, brother. If we have a nuclear war, it will cause a total catastrophe. Yeah, absolutely 100% correct, Taft. Bobby, you got to stop this Peter Pan nonsense fairy tale crap. Russia would decimate Europe in a week. Yeah, like they did Ukraine in 4 days, right? Let me keep scrolling to figure out what he was talking about. Sorry, I wasn't. Nah, you're good, brother. What's up, Paul X? What's up, Wood? If it ever becomes nuclear holocaust, we are all up. Yeah, absolutely correct, Clarence. Are engaging in a war of attrition with the United States. Our military is geared for post-World War II. Yeah, you know, the thing about what's going on now, it's like war has changed. Like all this drone warfare and stuff, like it's completely changed the game. But that's, you know, that's why these proxy wars go on and why these superpowers support these countries so they can test weapon systems and see what works and what don't work. Who would have thought when Ukraine had Russia knocking at the door that these little drones would be such a game changer? You know what I mean? Like, just look it up. Look it up online. You can see, like, they got these drones coming in with 4K video of a drone coming in and finding a soldier or finding a tank or something and blowing it up, and it's crazy to me. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Do you think it was ever be a World War III? I do. Tony Montana, hope you're doing well, brother. Let's see here. What did I miss? What's the difference between a Chinese guy and a German one? Was a Nazi and the other who can't see? The United States is fighting Russia through the proxy of the Ukraine. Russia isn't fighting Ukraine. But Ukraine's out there putting in the footwork, though, you know? But, yeah, Europe and everybody is definitely supplying a lot of the weaponry and stuff. This is my warning, says Persomanje. See, Bobby, you got brains in the chat. It's Obama's fault that 9/11 happened. It happened under Bush, though. Oops. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What'd I just do? I just did something wrong. Keep spurring bullshit. You thought I didn't know that meth head? Huh? You thought I didn't know that meth head? What does that mean? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Obama. The current conflicts are about triangulating global energy supply and then trying a new cryptocurrency to replace, and that very well may be, you know. There's a lot of theories on what that stuff is about, you know, like the petrodollar was like a big deal, and you know, Mode or Mobamba. There's a lot of theories out there, you know. There you go. My mod's on it. And a shout out to the mod to Taftwood. I appreciate you, brother. So, CT, why don't you tell me, why does everybody hate Israel so much? Is it, you know, they want to say it's about Gaza, but what about October 7th when all those Israelis were slaughtered? I don't trust the Israeli Jews. Why? Educate me. I'm asking an honest question. Educate me. Why? Because I know a lot of people are anti-Israel. Do you know what a strogi is? I don't know what a strogi is. What about ism? Can you? Go right ahead. Start from there. I mean, there's definitely some holes in the story about, because Israel's really big on intelligence. You know what I mean? Religion to educate you about Israel. Well, see, I mean, if the hate for Israel is just based on religion, then that's not valid to me. You know, to somebody that lives in that region, maybe, yes, absolutely. But you can't explain Israel to, okay, well, then I don't know what, have to use religion to educate you. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Israel was invented by European Zionists in the wake of World War II. Scientism is a European anthropolitical movement. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So let's break it down. Okay, let's break it down. Break it down for me, CT. Literally an extension of the United States deep state. Israel is not a real nation. It was invented by the victors. But that's every war. That's every world war. When it ended, there were why are people suspicious of Jews? Educate me, because I don't, I'm not well versed in that. So maybe you can tell me something that will make me understand. And I would agree with you there, Taft. And you know what's weird is I just found out not that long ago that they're not even a member of NATO, which I thought was weird. The Israelis are not Jewish, they are secular. Okay. Is the problem. Netanyahu is the problem, just like US is not the problem. Trump is the problem. How many countries they have been kicked out from? But why? I mean, if you look at it, like Hitler tried to exterminate all them people. So yeah, okay, 6, 7. Now it's all good, Q. It's all good, Cora. I'm live and I was cleaning my house and cooking it. Slipped my. It's okay. Taft did become a moderator. Yes, he definitely earned it. Understand what I just said. You're not going to understand what is even happening globally today. Okay. Not because. And they get nowhere. Got nowhere, my personal opinion. Thank you for the rose, Cora. Okay. Thank you for the star. There we go. They back both horses. Okay. Makes sense. Somewhat, CT. Okay. Israel's a nation. Judaism is a religion. Okay. And what does that mean? Because I listen to a lot of educational stuff. I pay a lot of attention to world politics, and definitely. Congrats. We've been talking politics tonight, Q. We went off the rails tonight, but it's been somewhat interesting. So here we are, almost an hour and a half in, and we're still going. So, hey, I was in solitary for 3 years. It does, bro. What's up, Howard Stern Forever? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Hope you're okay now. Yeah, being in solitary, it's rough, bro. It's all about Gog and Magog. Yeah, I don't know. But to be honest with you, I think a lot of people jump on the bandwagon and they say what they think is cool that week, like from the river to the sea crowd and all that stuff. Like, all that stuff was post World War II. There were concessions made by the losers, which is typical in war, and that's where they landed. So why can nobody respect where they landed? That's what I want to know. I mean, Iran wants them dead. Or you've been replaced and put on administrative leave by your pops. Stepmother left her. Oh boy. One of you mods, can you take care of that sexual comment down there? Let me see here. After usually being a non-political person on lives too, but I respect it. Gotta hash it out. Yeah, like it's just a little something different tonight. I'm gonna, like I was saying earlier, I think with the channel moving forward, like I'm not gonna try to stick to one genre of what I talk about. It's not all about prison or addiction, even though those were big parts of my life. We evolve as time goes on, and uh, I'm going to start dropping some videos on just different topics that are on my mind. Like we started on the pet peeves earlier, and mine were like one that drives me frigging crazy is when you see a video on social media, and like San Bernardino as an example, the caption is only in the Dino, and then you have people road raging, fighting, or tweaker activity, or whatever, ghetto shit, basically, right? And shout out to San Bernardino, no disrespect intended, but that's one of my pet peeves when you say only in Houston, only in New York, wherever it may be, and then you show people fighting. It don't only happen there, assholes. So that drives me crazy. You know what I mean? But anyways, about crypto and geopolitics, but Israel wants to be an empire. Okay. Doesn't Russia want to be an empire too, though? In the middle of nowhere. Bobby, come home. I couldn't see. That's all good. Far better. I'm right behind the ear. She's catching comments. That's all good, brother. It's all good. Yeah, but I don't think the U.S. isn't going to attack Russia. What the theory I've been hearing, and I kind of buy into it, is that because Russia's losing so badly to Ukraine and the people that are funding Ukraine, and don't get it twisted, Russia's getting funding from China too. You know what I mean? Like, come on, they're getting weapon systems and stuff like that. Like all that shit gets tested during proxy wars. But what I'm hearing is because they're losing so badly, they're probably going to try to move into Poland or the Balkans or something and kick some shit off with NATO and then threaten nuclear. You know what I mean? To try to get the European countries to stop backing Ukraine. But, what do I know? Nah, I don't tweak anymore. Coon beef hash. I've been clean 21 years, brother. Have they? I don't know. We are definitely trying to avoid a nuclear war. I agree. Can you play American Teenager by Ethel Cain? It's such a good song. Please, please, please. Huh. Invest in silver. Think about it. All the data centers. Yeah, absolutely. A great mod. I still miss. Yeah. Vic says nothing. Okay. Bobby put his daughter on non-paid suspension. What's cracking, Vic? How you doing, brother? Yeah, we're going into overtime tonight over here. We're an hour and a half in, and we're still rocking. You know what I mean? Can she file for unemployment? No. No. There is no unemployment. You got to have money to pay unemployment. Oh, boy. Rams are going to be badass. Oh, the Rams suck. We'll see what's up, man. If Aaron Donald does come back, he'll probably be hurt in the first couple games, I would guess, to be honest. He's been out of the league for too long, in my opinion. I don't think he's not going to be what he was. You know what I mean? But we'll see. 58 years old and file for Social Security if you can't work. Yes, you can. With all my kids and eat their food. Bobby way behind in the comments. Nobody comment for 15 minutes so he can catch up. I'm catching up. The Anaheim Rams. Last season when it mattered most. What's up, Kreisleiter? Hope everybody is doing well and their week is off to a great start. Yeah, we kind of went down a political rabbit hole tonight. But pet peeves, let's talk about pet peeves some more. What are your pet peeves? I think mine are not saying what you mean and meaning what you say. That's drives me crazy. I see a lot of stuff on social media, and people smacking food. That's a good one. Workouts for an injured rotator cuff. Bro, I got a rotator cuff too, and it killed my workout. You know what I mean? What's up, GJG Outdoors? Hope you're doing well, bro. Thieves and liars, yes. Yes. Like, don't tell me to do something and then you don't do it. That's a big one. Being a hypocrite, I guess, Yeah, it's my right shoulder too, Appreciate you, GJG Outdoors. Anyone stop buying fresh produce and fruit because of what's going on with it now? Yeah, that's a good question. So my wife's asking, anyone stop buying fresh produce and fruit because of what's going on with it now? A lot of infectious stuff going on with produce, What's up? Shout out to Florida. When I got stabbed up, my shoulder has had something wrong with it. I think the tendons got severed. Yeah, it could very well be, brother. Yeah, those pesticides, goodness gracious. So, yeah, if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. Definitely join in on Four Wheeler, says Juan. Yes, sir. If you're not familiar with he's not talking about four-wheel drives. As truck drivers, when we see somebody in a car, we refer to them as a four-wheeler. We have 18 wheels, right? So everybody likes to complain about the truck, but they sure do like to cut us off and do a bunch of dumb shit around us. So, yes. Yeah, I've been to the Sunshine State on a few occasions. Never really spent any real time there. Been there trucking, though. Absolutely. Come on by, G. You're not going to get laid off. Don't even trip, bro. But we got to get you in there first. We'll see you on the next one. To get explosive diarrhea, man. What? Damn. Yeah, it's the humidity over there. And then it's only a luxury his daughter, grandchildren. Yes. Yeah, that humidity. I'll tell you guys the story. I was hired on with Western Express to do flatbed back in 2013-ish, somewhere around there. I don't know. Maybe it was earlier than that, 2010. And they sent me out to Nashville for a week for flatbed training. And they kept pushing it back. They said, "Oh, the class is full," but they put me in a hotel, and so I spent a week out there. And we were down at the terminal one day, and I wanted to. There's a truck stop down the road, and I wanted to go down there and get some Bugler or a pack of cigarettes or whatever. You know what I mean? And it was a extreme heat warning, high, like 90% humidity, and but it was like 92 degrees. And my partner's like, they didn't have a courtesy van that could take us down there, so we had to walk. It was like a mile away. Wow, that's crazy, Cora. But so we said, screw it, let's go walk down there, and that humidity hits different because 92 degrees in SoCal on a regular dry day, uh, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'll go outside and throw the ball around or whatever, but like we walked down there, I thought, and I was in really good shape at that time. Like I thought I was gonna die. Like I couldn't breathe, and like it was like maybe a mile down the road. Like it wasn't, I mean that's a little ways down the road, obviously, but it's Gone 3302 says, "Why are you broken, Bobby?" I'm not broken. It's broken Bobby's transformation. I was an addict for a long time, and I've been clean for 21 years. So it's all about the transformation, not about being broke. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, that like it's humid here today, and I think it only got up to like 90 or so. Thank you, Curly. I appreciate that. And oh man, it's sticky. It's miserable, And then with Florida, like they get those water spouts and tornadoes and all kinds of shit, So uh, definitely some benefits to living in Florida, like lower taxes and stuff. But man, nothing compared to Florida. I can actually stand. Yeah, it's horrible, bro. I agree. Appreciate that, Curly. Cora says we got 26 likes, y'all. Like the live if you haven't already. Thanks, Cora. I'm a future new hire. I'm just checking out my benefits. Yeah. Appreciate that, Gon. Now it's put together, Bobby. It's put together, Bobby. It's not broken, Bobby, no more. Oh man. Yeah, the transformation happened, and like honestly, uh that's why I'm saying moving forward with the videos, like I'm not trying to be some prison guy or some NA Nazi as they call them, telling you got to do this and you got to do that. Uh, you know, um, like I'm just gonna talk about whatever's on my mind. You know what I mean? Because like my mind's all over the place, to be honest, half the time. Uh, yeah, that that was quick. You got him quick. Yep, mods are on it. Good job, Cora. Uh, Curly sent a floating heart. Thank you, Curly. I appreciate that. She is fast. Oh, this guy's got multiple accounts, huh? -2 anxiety and OCD. Right? Exactly. Sports jazz fan. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Yeah, she's on it. That's all right though. We got a lot of eyes watching it. So, do I offer 401k? No, I do not. But you're trying to get that mod spot. Maybe you should send some like Cora was doing, the hearts or the thumbs up, and hype. There you go. That's right, Cora. The I after the N, I was like, oh fuck. Oh man. Schooning, drinking, and token. Yep. Yeah, but I watch a lot of different content on YouTube. Honestly, especially when I'm working, I'm more so listen, But one thing I see in different content creators, some guys are like they're doing the prison genre, right? So they're like tough guys, right? Like, oh yeah, I kicked that guy's ass, and uh, I almost stabbed somebody today. Like, you, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, knock it off. You're like 50 already. But I was kind of thinking about that. I don't talk like a lot of the guys that do that sort of content because they tend to say repetitive stuff. Hey, 30 likes, that's what's up. Yes, the high desert is more common than San Bernardino. Definitely. We have our problems up here too, brother. You know what I mean? But, uh, the prison content. Yeah, Tapwood, you know what I mean? Like, and then half of them are talking out of pocket. They're talking about these organizations like it's something to play with. You know what I mean? And, I have a little bit of knowledge on a whole lot of stuff, right? I'm the master of none, the jack of all trades, I guess, right? And the master of none. So, like, I'm going to spread it out what I talk about. Pretty much, yeah. I would agree with that, Taft. Just about everywhere is more common than the Dino. Dan Says was murdered. I don't know who Dan Says is, brother. On the ground in the air. I'm the master of my domain, just so y'all are aware. I'm not spectacular at anything, but I'm a little versed. Yeah, same way, bro. Same way. And the air from the table fan is going over my head. What should I do? Stand up. Oh boy. Yeah. It's kind of like with as far as work goes, what I do, like I feel like I had a prison channel from Phoenix. Yeah. With a lot of those guys, like I'll share some insight. Like when you're in prison, like a lot of people like they like to say these catchphrases, you know what I mean? Uh or they have phrases that they go to when um when the vocab isn't necessarily the strongest, right? Um so but I don't see myself as being that way as far as you know, Vic's from SGV. Shout out to SGV. Some good homies out there, you know. I got put up on game by a skinhead from SGV when I was in LA County. We were in a riot together. Um, yeah, like he was cool, really cool cat, you know. Very bad. You're right about that. We grew up there, and sheesh, I'm glad my kids are being. Yeah, absolutely. It's what true? Rare pressure. What happened now? The hospital. Did I miss something there? But I got to say, the hospitals in the high desert are worth. Absolutely. Yeah, I missed that comment. That's absolutely correct. The hospitals in the high desert are garbage. We used to go to St. Mary's if there was uh, something worthy of an ER visit, and they became a level 1 trauma center, and now they're seems like they're too good for us common folks. You know, if you don't have a limb missing or something, they pretty much send you on your way. You know, even though maybe there is an issue. You know, hit a female relative. Would you do something or call the cops? The crazy if me wants to do something, but the crazy in me ain't good, man. One STG in life. That's a tough one, bro. If a guy hit a female relative, would you do something or call the cops? I know I had that happen one time with my sister, and I was there, and those situations are tricky. You know, obviously men shouldn't be putting their hands on women to begin with, but yeah, my sister's old man slapped her behind me, but I heard it, and I pinned his ass up the wall with my hands around his throat, and she called the cops on me. Domestic violence is a trip, like I'm not making light of that. That's a terrible thing. Uh, men shouldn't be hitting women. Women shouldn't be hitting men for that matter. Like everybody should keep their hands to themselves. You use your words, as they say, right? But yeah, I don't know. I wish you luck on that one. Only time I was in the high desert was at Susanville High Desert. Yeah. 3 dudes shot at. Yeah, I seen that shit, bro. That's wild. I got out of Bassett to Rialto. Okay. Shout out to Bassett. Hard enough to find out what's going on with you seems like lazy work, and how can you be in that field? Exactly. Same shit, Fame Liquor or King Tut. Oh, yeah, man, it's crazy, brother. I got dropped off the bus right in front of Fame Liquor every day after school, and man, there was always tweakers or people arguing. Oh, yeah. Well, I'd probably be dead. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I passed the USP Victorville and I saw people in the yard. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't live too far from there. I'm like maybe 20, 30 minutes away from there. But just driving by that place, man, oh my God. My homie just went back to the feds. Man, yeah. Victorville's active for sure. Definitely. Hit that like button, guys. Yeah, those Cali politics hit a little different. Yeah, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see what I can do about getting some content out. Like I said, I'm going to kind of just be all over the place with this shit now. If something's on my mind, I'll drop a video or I'll do a short or something. You know what I mean? I think my homie's actually in Victorville Medium. Oh, shit. Well, at least he's not in the USP. I hate to say it, but yet, Hey, Ahmad, I'm sure there's a live chat that covers the kind of stuff you're talking about. But we'll watch till it dies. I know Taff would. Yeah, Taff's got it for sure. Yeah, I'm not going to go a whole bunch longer. We're already an hour and 45 in this. So, but I definitely shout out to my moderators, to Cora, to Q, and to Taffwood. Our latest moderator, that's what's up. Week before 3 guys shot at. I seen that one too, bro. That's crazy. Shit's off the hook up there, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's some territorial stuff or what, you know what I mean? But yeah, Taff said like and sub. I appreciate that, brother. We need one more like to get to 30 likes. Let's get it. Did it rain heavy at over your? It rained pretty good. Oh, your phone says, okay, nice. We got 30. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to everybody that liked. Appreciate you guys. Now, oh, mine says 32 now. Shit. That's what's up. Oh, okay. Hey, did you feel the earthquake this morning, Cora? Hey, appreciate that. What goes up must come down. Good looking out. That's what's up. Go watch Bobby's videos and give them a hype. I appreciate you, Tapped. Definitely. I don't know. I think maybe did somebody time him out or what? Yeah, there was a 4.3 right in your neck of the woods this morning, Cora. Or Q, sorry. Yeah. Good try, Jacob. I'm not new at this stuff, brother. Looks like Stormy's ready to... I'm from the Alien Empire in Southern California. Let me show you guys Stormy real quick. Here's Stormy. Hi, babies. Toya and Luca. You want a burger? Okay. I want tacos. How about your training mod? That's what's up. Hey, hi, Luna and Hercules. Hercules and Big Chunk. And Toya and Luna. Love you guys. I miss you guys. I love you too. All right. Man, this new phone holds the charge pretty good. I thought I removed the last one, but it was core. Oh, okay. That's cool. You guys are on it. All right. 34 likes. Man. That's what's up. I appreciate everybody. What's up, Marmaduke Wallace? I appreciate you. Appreciate you tapping in. So we've been all over the place tonight with this one. Man, we started with pet peeves. We went down the politic rabbit hole. Talked about world politics and war and the freedoms that we have. And holy shit, like we've been all over the place. But this has been a good one. Live streams to spread the word of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you. What's for dinner? I'm almost off work. I'll drive up for dinner. Let's get to the 35 likes. That's what's up. I had a quesadilla earlier, actually. Gee. 35 likes. Good shit. All right, guys. I think we're going to bring this one to an end. We're almost 2 hours in. You got a double up since I wasn't here last night. So, appreciate everybody tapping in. Once again, shout out to the mods, to Cora, to Q, to Taft, our newest mod, and congrats on that. Thank you for that. Also, Taft, I really appreciate you, brother. What's up, little Jeff? And the moderator in training. I'm gonna have to get with all my mods and take a vote, kind of like you're being welcomed into the organization, G. So I got to make sure nobody's got any smut on you before we. Are they far from you? They're a little ways. They're about an hour away. Hey, have a good night, Curly. And the mod just keeps going till the end, huh? Tacos, unlimited tacos for sure. But yeah, I'll get with the other mods and we'll see if we get you a thumbs up or a thumbs down, G. And on the next one, we'll see about bringing you into the fold, brother. Android, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Still around, though, like Cora said, absolutely. And that's a good point, Q. Depends on what burgers or tacos. Although, I don't know, you can't go wrong with the taco. Anyways, so, yeah, do me a favor. Welcome to La Onda, says one. Why not us, brother? Why not us? But, yeah, we had 36 now. Are we going to get to 40? Damn, we're back up to 14. Do we keep it rolling? I read your comment. Okay. Do we keep it rolling? What do you guys think? Let's get 40. I think I'm going to have to go make a restroom run real quick and maybe refill the coffee. But what do you guys think? Should we keep it going? Put some ones in the chat real quick if you want to keep it going for another half an hour or so. If so, then I'll go refill the coffee and use the restroom, and we'll keep it pushing. It's been a good one. I'm hearing I appreciate you, Taft. Maybe we'll do a roll call vote right now and figure out if we want to bring G into the fold. What do you think? We got the ones. You might have to. You gonna put in work for the organization, G? Because that's what I need out of my mods, homie. let me go refill the coffee. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. Shit, why not? You know. Uh, yeah, we'll keep it going. Oh, Cora saying Cora sounds like Cora wants G in the fold, but now we might have to put G on a probationary period because sometimes he'd be coming in here a little off the hook. You know what I mean? So you come in here and start timing everybody out. I don't know, bruh. But talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Talk about G. Yeah, let's do that. Do we want him to be a mod? And give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna refill the cup and use the restroom, and then we'll keep it rolling. Give me a second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. My apologies for the interruption. Uh, let me see what we missed here, and then we're going to talk about it. Gee, what's your mother's maiden name? Do you Ultra Pinky promise not to time out any mods? I don't know if they can. In the quick chair going on. He doesn't act like that one dude, LOL, I forgot his name, and abuses power. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a vote right now. Yeah, he's been here for a long time. Aside from his parole violations, he's pretty much here all the time. So, my mods, about why he deserves to be a mod, has me 5 votes in. My hand is already up. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up if you want G to be a moderator. Give me a thumbs down if you don't, and tell me why. But I'm going to be honest with you. I got a Wheela from the hole, and the big Hefe already gave me the word. So the word came down from Pelican Bay. And it looks like the homie G is going to get his wrench. Now, do I make him a managing moderator or a standard moderator? Ooh, wow. I think we're going to make him a standard moderator. And I think I'm going to make some changes here real quick. Remove this. Okay, if you're losing your wrench for a second, don't trip. I'm going to fix that real quick. Making a couple of quick changes. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, hold on. All right, so a couple of my standard moderators just got promotions. Now they're managing moderators. I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest with you, but Q and Cora are now managing moderators, and Taft and G are standard moderators. So appreciate you guys. Definitely. You gotta say, my name is Ahmad Bayeso. That's okay. On the tira. I don't believe you, G. Nothing would surprise me, to be honest with you, though, but so, oh, my job is higher. Oh, okay, that's right. You did such a good job, you got promoted to the next level. So congrats on the managing moderators and congrats on the standard moderators. I think the difference is they can time you out. honestly, bro. Yeah, Trapped is G. Yeah, and like I said, I got a wheela from my old lady, the boss, and she gave it the thumbs up. So, okay, managing mod can time out standard mod. Okay, cool. So there it is. That's what it is. So, congrats to the new moderators. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been fucking with me for a long time, and I truly do appreciate it. You know what I mean? North Korean, bro. Definitely North Korean. We'll get with CT and see if he can send us a nice little package. Had to stay with the theme of the night, bro, you know? If you don't know, Cora, there was somebody named CT in here earlier and we were talking politics. And he said he left America for North Korea. And, yeah, it was a back and forth. You guys are fucking me for a... Huh? Bobby got a wheela from way in the back that OKG's wrench. Yes, sir. Man. Yeah, so that's the North Korea reference. That's what that was. He said he was living in North Korea. Even though I don't think they have internet like that. I don't know. I don't know enough. Some get the black hand on the chest, others get a 13. There you go, bro. That's the best way to describe it. You know what I mean? You can get limited ink as a standard, but managing mods, they get that shit that gets you what do they call that? Validated. They're validated. Absolutely. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Let's get to 40. Let's just take it to 400. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, Cora, the big homies, and G. Me and G are perspective. Man, you guys are like camaradas, I guess. Hey, thank you for all your support, brother. I know you've been rocking with me for a long time, rocking with all of us for that matter. Tapwood's been here for a long time, you know. Started a discussion on something new. What should we talk about? All right, moderators, let's go to a new topic. Absolutely. We're all important mods, all of us. We all help. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because one person can't see everything, you know what I mean? And sometimes some people aren't available to hop on when I'm available to hop on, you know? So everybody definitely plays an important role, you know what I mean? All jokes aside. So appreciate you all. England. Let's talk about the commissary. What now? About commissary and theft in the pen. Ooh, commissary. It's been a while. Been promoted or hired in my life. I will put this on. Man, have them call me, bro. I'll give you a wonderful, wonderful recommendation. So I loved it there. So yeah, absolutely. You got a craftsman. Nice. That stuff's North Korean now or what? Theft in the pen, to go back to what Q said, is yeah, that's definitely a no-no. Heavily frowned upon, as Tapwood says. You know? Yeah, absolutely. You are a validated camarada now, homie. Definitely a soldier. Yeah. Tap said it best. We'll be treated like a sex offender. High ranking. That's right. You're gonna get all the ink, homie. Here till my phone dies. All right, Cora. I appreciate you. Jailhouse thief is the lowest form of scum on earth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't do that. That theft is kicked off riots and all kinds of shit in there that I've seen. You know what I mean? Especially if you're stealing from another race, you know what I mean? If it's amongst your own people, then you're definitely going to have an issue coming. People are going to come and put feet and boots all over you. The World Cup. Who do you think's going to win? I've seen a white boy steal from a black dude, and the whites let the blacks handle it. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. You know what? I've seen instances like that. It wasn't necessarily theft. It was more of a disrespect issue. But I was in West Valley. One more like to hit 40. I believe it, Q. I definitely believe it. There was an instance, although it's rare for people to let other races deal with their own people. I was in West Valley, and there was a youngster, he's a black dude. I don't know what his affiliation was, but it was a pretty non-political dorm that I was in. It was like Module 15 or something. And like it was like like hardly any politics in there at all. And there was a youngster, black dude that had come in there, and he had a real disrespectful mouth. And so the Southsiders got at the shot caller for the blacks about the situation, and the blacks basically said, you know, if it bothers you, handle it. And the dude was sitting there playing cards at one of the tables, and one of the Southsiders came behind with a towel and wrapped it around him and pulled him off the chair. And then 3 more Southsiders come in and just put boots all over this dude. Like I had already been to LA County on several occasions, and the politics are really high in LA County jail, no matter where you're at. Riverside County was kind of the same for the most part. So seeing this happen and seeing another race give a green light for another race to put hands on somebody kind of blew my mind, you know what I mean? But on occasion it does happen, like Taff said, you know. So I seen beat downs for a cookie. Yeah, no, and it is rare, you know. But you know, the thing is, I think when it comes to incarceration, whether it be county jail, prison, whatever, there's always exceptions to the rule, right? People say, "Oh no, that stuff don't happen." You'd be surprised some of the shit that happens depending on where you're at, you know. I mean, with the California Department of Corrections, you when I was doing time, you had guys on going to camps and CCFs, and then levels 1 through 4, and it's a world of difference from level to level. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and that's absolutely correct. I've never seen that happen in prison. In prison, you know, it was so segregated, racially divided, that you weren't going to stand by and watch somebody that wasn't affiliated with the people that you ran with do something to one of your people. If somebody had to have something done to them, then we were going to do that, because we weren't going to give you the gratification of doing that to one of ours, even if, you know, something really bad needed to happen to them. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's a big mistake with you, Taff, right? He says, dude walked up to me, grabbed my cookie, and said, "You won't kick it off." I'm pretty sure I know how that one went. You know what I mean? Right from, oh damn, that's wild. That's wild. 15 in WV was non-gang module back in the day. Not yeah, and that's what it was. Like I said, coming from LA County to there, like I was like, what in the hell's going on around here? Like, weren't really many Southsiders in there. Uh, you know, there were gang members in there, but they weren't like all up in the mix. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Kern County Jail. Is that the place that other YouTubers always talking about? They got the farm and pretrial and all that. That's usually how it works. Yep, that's my daughter and her husband and their kids just moved out there. They're in Kern County, just barely into Kern County, but they're in Kern County. Okay. 40 likes. Hell yeah. Shout out to all of you guys. I appreciate you. The farm was the Wild West. Okay. Kind of like, have you ever been to Glen Helen? Sounds like it was similar to that from what I've heard. Okay. Yeah. I've done time in LA, Riverside, and San Bernardino. Never made it to Kern. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah, being from Taft, I guess that makes sense, though, right? Kern, that's in Kern County, right? Back on 68 in Nam, we handled our own, says G. Yeah, I know times have changed a lot when it comes to doing time. Yeah, actually, you know what? It's funny you say that, because that was a, you know, I don't know if you guys watch Rene Enriquez's channel, Uncensored. He was the mobster guy that dropped out and told on everybody, but he's got some interesting stories, and he talked about if you could survive LA County, you could pretty much survive, and he's speaking from a Hispanic perspective. So when I heard him say that, I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, like I remember when I was waiting to go to prison, when I was waiting on the chain in LA County, you know, had a little bit of nerves going on and stuff, and there was the homie Blue from San Fernando was right next door to me, And I wasn't saying that I had nerves, but I'm sure he probably understood because I hadn't been to the pin yet. And uh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I read it too. Yes, yeah, my rotator cuff is messed up. It was a weightlifting incident. But yeah, Blue told me, he said, if you can survive LA County, you can do any level 2 yard in the state, as a white guy. And yeah, like up to when I got to level 3, that's when things started getting a little sketchy. But, we were locked down. And yeah, I know what you mean about the pumpkin patch, bro. Not being there, you're only in the blocks. Yeah, the only time I was in Glen Helen, I was in the pumpkin patch. Well, I went to the blocks too, but that's where originally I was. I was hoping to get to, what is it called? Vertimont or whatever? That was like the honor yard. Nah, Blue from San Fernando. Yeah, he was a cool cat. Definitely a cool cat. Yeah, good dude. But I used to work out with. There was a guy from Fontana. I work out with him when I was in reception. Gumby Fontana, Southsider actually. I do my normal workout with the wood pile, and then like I was on 2-a-days. You know what I mean? Boxer. Yes, sir. That's who I'm talking about. But yeah, I'd work out with this fool Gumby. I don't know whatever happened to him, but I was blown away by that too. To be honest with you, G, that Boxer ever did get out. That dude, he was a fool back in the day for sure. Yeah, no, it was the same with us. In like, I was on that mindset anyways, to be honest with you, Tap. Like, whether it was mandatory or not, I was going to get my money, And I tended to keep company with people that were of the same mindset, because, man, you never know what's going to happen in there. Like, you got to be physically ready. And one thing I can tell you without a doubt is if you can't breathe, you can't fight. So burpees on burpees on burpees. But yeah. Yeah, that sucks, brother. Can you still hit a burpee though? Oh, some rapper from Santa Ana got hit. Damn. Yeah, and I completely agree with you, Taft. When you're sucking air, man, it's hard to think about anything but getting a breath. To be honest with you, the worst. Like, I was in phenomenal shape when I was in there, and when I went into Delano CCF for my first stop after reception. Yeah, I hear you, brother. As far as those burpees anymore, like, nah. Even when I was really hitting the gym, burpees wasn't the thing. But yeah, like, I walked into a riot at Delano CCF in the mini yard, and man, and yeah, absolutely, joints, the back, like, it fucks everything up, bro. But yeah, that riot, uh, we got off with the paisas on that one, and in those CCFs, there ain't no there's no CDC cops there. There's no gunner. There's no none of that shit. So when the shit kicks off, they just lock the door and they call the pin, which was like pretty much across the street, but 10 or 15 minutes away for them to respond. So you can imagine, like, that riot went on for probably 45 minutes. And like it would get to the point where like you're going in shifts, like you get yours for a little bit and then you kind of back off and oh man. Oh, you'd get that CCF food at the that food was good there. It was really good. They're like real hamburgers and stuff. Like it, I, not the first one because I never actually walked a chow at that first one. Like I said, I walked in and a few days later I was heading down the road to McFarland. But yeah, what you got, Tap? I think I need one more like to get to 40. Somebody help me out here. Let's get to 40 and then we're going to call it a night. Almost 2.5 hours. But first, Tap's going to tell us the cheat code for cell fights. I hated cell fights, bro. Just too much shit for you to bump into or hit or, Nice. That's awesome, cute. So I'm going to wait for Tap to tell me what the cheat code is. If you can, jump on the motherfucker's back, wrap your arms around their neck, and hang on. Within 60 seconds, they will give out. There you go, bro. You see Mount Vernon like always. No, I wasn't down there for the 4th, bro. I was up here, and we didn't really do much, to be honest with you. Just kind of kicked it and enjoyed some family, But I seen Mount Vernon last night. I was down that way. But anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to my new moderators, G, a.k.a. Trap 43 and Samron and SB, Taffwood, and my senior moderators, Cora and Q. You guys make it happen. True story. I promise it works. It might seem like, but survival is the only rule, bro. I completely agree. So shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to everybody that participated in this one tonight. Man, we went on a little bit of a marathon. Hey, love and respects right back at you, brother. And love and respects to everybody that participated. Everybody have a fantastic week. Maybe I'll get some content out this week. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Just press the button on the wall and ask for help. The homies like that. And thanks for the promotion. Got to do better looking out for the lives. New home got me busy. I get it. Say a prayer that my girl makes the drive. I absolutely will, Taft. Absolutely will. And you be safe on that journey, brother. And hopefully you'll be in your new destination next time I go live, which will probably be next Sunday night, maybe. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, I'm going to try to get some content out this week. I don't know what it's going to be about, but we'll see what we got. You know what I mean? Whatever comes to mind, that's what I'm going to talk about. Hopefully people enjoy it. If you watch any of my videos, please hype them, like them, and comment on them. It helps with the algorithm to get people watching. I really appreciate everybody. And don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one.